Carl and Liam here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life. gbhblofficial for short. Happy Christmas, it's the big question. And we are asking, what do you think of? When someone says to you Christmas and gaming, what comes to mind? Is it a specific game? Is it a specific scene? Is it a specific moment, a piece of music? What comes to mind? That is the big question. A really straightforward, simple one. You might have several answers. You might have several things that come to mind. But yeah, we thought we'd throw it out there. No notes, no preparation. I say to you, Liam, Christmas and gaming, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Or one of the first things?
Well, you may say no notes or no preparation, but I did take notes with
Oh, that's
preparation
fine.
because actually, when you think of like Christmas and video games, there isn't actually that many options really when you look into it and like
Nope.
try and, you know, rekindle your memory of things. But there's the most obvious one that I'm sure you might touch upon yourself, and that is Shenmue. It's, I mean, I don't know if you're going to mention it, but I'll never forget the way in which Debuita in that game, it transforms literally overnight. Piles of snow everywhere, the lights and the decorations that are all put up. It doesn't seem that special now if you went back and play it, but back in those days, it was pretty damn special. And then there's the Christmassy music that plays, and of course you got Santa Claus himself walking through town. Just that whole scene of running through town as the snow falls around Rio. It never fails to fill me with awe, basically. And yeah, it's just a magical moment.
Yeah, you've said it, you've nailed it. It's, of course, Shenmue. Call it the right time, my age, the right time for me mentally, the right time in gaming. But Shenmue as dynamic weather patterns and seeing snow first arrive and waking up and seeing it frozen winter wonderland, as it were, particularly as it hits around Christmas time, as you say. Debris changes, and you have the lights and the music in the stores change. You're walking down. I'm rushing home to get, because I need to be fucking back before Ini-san tells me off for being late, and I'm passing a drunken Santa staggering down the street. It is both heartwarming. It's one of my most nostalgic Christmas memories, you know?
Yeah, just that whole setting, that moment, it's definitely like a happy place in gaming for me. You know,
It's that's
it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's a happy place in gaming,
Mm.
but I'm going to throw out another one as well. Something I grew to appreciate. So way back in the day on the Sega Saturn, there was a game called Nights into Dreams released. And I never played it back then because we didn't have a Saturn. Brendan did, and we played games that he had bought. He never bought Nights, but what we did end up getting was a free demo or game that came with Sega Saturn's official magazine, which was Christmas Night into Dreams, which was a short couple of levels based around nights, but it was done Christmassy. That imagery, the music, the effects, I would later go to play this fully as when it was re-released on Xbox One and admire it in a totally different mind, including Nights itself as properly. But Christmas Nights into Dreams is another one that almost always comes to mind.
Yeah, that's on there for me as well. It's going back really early in my gaming memories. Like might be one of my first gaming memories, but I remember it too. And just seeing the game environments, how they be now decorated with snow, lights, and presents, and they play a nice little instrumental version of Jingle Bells, and it
Yep.
replaced the original music. Again, nostalgia is heavy on this one, so playing it again, like you said, I never really completed it obviously as a kid, so getting to go back and replay and actually finish it was really fun, and it just takes me all the way back to my childhood, which I think is like with Christmas, you know, childhood and stuff kind of go hand in hand a little bit. So it's nice, yeah.
I always remember it being really, really difficult, and then went back and played it and was like, oh, this is pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. And it was an easy completion.
Yeah, I used to find it like really hard. That's probably because we were so young, yeah.
Sticking, that's a specific game, but sticking to a period, kind of tying into going back to Shenmue more than anything else. Bully. Bully
Mm.
at winter, the Christmas period of that is, again, one thing I've got a lot of nostalgic love for. Some of that period, how it looks, how it transforms, how the characters behave, and how it affects the town is another one that always sticks in my head.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, there isn't too many games to pull from with this, but I always appreciate when a game does. But so it was nice when that popped up in Bully that they touched on the Christmas period. Yeah, that was cool. I've got one more I can touch upon, which is Batman Arkham Origins being
Of
set
course.
at Christmas. Even though the game gets quite a lot of hate and not being as strong as Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, I still think that's the setting of it being at Christmas is like a lot of fun seeing Gotham filled with snow and at that time period. I'm also a sucker for snow in video games. I just love that effect, and I thought it captured that really well.
No, you're absolutely right, but I certainly wouldn't want to come to mind. I have a few more that's going to quickly throw out then. So Costume Quest has a DLC called Grubbins on Ice, which is a Christmas one set in that world. I really, really enjoyed that. It was cool for them to do that because obviously it's a game based more on Halloween. How could you not talk about Animal Crossing at any point during the winter period? I mean, there was literally the movie, the Animal Crossing movie, set itself through the seasons, culminating in Christmas. We covered it last year, and they made what into a movie because we realized, oh shit, the end of that is Christmas. We can totally make that a Christmas movie, you know, because that's hard to find.
Yeah.
Little Shadow of the Dead Rising 4, which is again completely set at the Christmas period. But the last one I want to mention, and it's kind of a forgotten game, and it was a really cool game at the time, was never re-released. It's not even backwards compatible. I own the hard copy of it. The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, that was released on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
You don't get better than that.
Can't disagree.
Beyond that, it really is. I mean, Saints Row, How to Saint Save Christmas, that DLC, but I don't really remember it, so I don't really think that can count.
I think just Christmas in gaming for me, I think Shenmue is just top of the tree, really. Top of the Christmas tree, because like it is just one of those themes in gaming where I feel like maybe we need more of it, you know?
Yeah, the thing is, that weirdly thing about Shenmue is it's not like it's an integral part of the story. And once you've seen it one night, there's an argument where that's about it. But I don't know if it's the snow and the season that really nails it. Maybe it's just that.
Also, you could miss it completely in Shenmue because there's a section I remember. Normally, like when I used to play Shenmue back in the day, it would take quite a long time to get to the Christmas period, because the days you have to properly go through them. But there's a moment in the game where you're trying to sneak into one of the warehouses, and if you fail to sneak in, it'll literally skip to the next day. And you could, I remember where my partner was playing Shenmue, and she
Yeah.
almost missed the Christmas period because she kept getting caught over and over and over and over. So much so that it started to get literally to the Christmas period, and she was stuck at that moment in the game, and yeah, like nearly missed it.
Oh, amazing. How funny would that have been? Because as well, I suppose if you were really quick as well, you could arguably get through it much faster. That's our memories, or at least our first thoughts that come to mind about Christmas in video games. What's your personal favorite? Do you kind of share a nostalgic love for Shenmue? Love to know. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?